Well, good evening, folks. It's the real Captain Kirk here. It's the 25th of June, Saturday evening here. We're live from One Bethlehem Plaza here in downtown Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. A lot to talk about here today. We'll talk about a trip here we just took to see the Statue of Liberty here. It was a pretty beautiful day here, hot here in the east. We'll start with the last week world summary here. Now, this is week ending here tonight, 25 June, across the world. Big map here is the temperature trends versus last year on a retail calendar, how our big customers would look at the weather year on year. Here in the U.S., it was pretty warm, 1.1 degrees warmer than last year, 13th warmest in 37 years, so above average. Very dry, driest in 17 years with much below average precip there. If we look across Canada, Canada's actually cool and wet, so again, a little bit of a overall different trend up in Canada. UK, warmest, 12th warmest, 4.2 warmer than last year, driest in 4 years, so warm and dry. Typically this time of year, we look for hot, dry weather as being a catalyst for seasonal merchandise sales, so over in China, really hot. Number one hottest in 37 years. A little bit wetter, but still below average precip. So again, that's very strong for seasonal sales. Think about it. Air conditioners, beer, beverages, you name it. We buy it. Tend to be in the hot, dry weather. Pool chemicals, pool supplies. Precip and temperature trends versus average are the maps inset left here. If we look at this week, which it gets us into the first 2 days of July here, hard to believe. A little bit cooler trend here. Again, overall for the U.S., we're looking about 1.5 degrees cooler than last year. So pretty warm conditions. Coolest in 5 years, still 16th warmest in 37 years, so above average. Again, if there's a cool spot, it's going to be kind of where these wet spots are. So along the East Coast, Rocky Mountain's got to watch again. Doesn't take much rain out there with all the parched ground to create these flash flooding events that we've seen in the Yellowstone area and now in the Four Corners area again. So again, probably shifting a little bit east toward Colorado, New Mexico, but need to watch that this week for, again, flash flooding type scenarios here. Precip overall, though, for the U.S. is about 55% drier than a year ago, driest in 10 years, third driest in 37 years, so much below average overall precip. Again, stormy there in the southeast, and again, that stormy conditions tends to keep it cooler. Need to watch the tropics here again. Tis the season here. Got a system that's unusual coming off of Africa here. This Cape Verde season typically doesn't start quite this early, but again, a system tracking pretty far south. This one looks like it's going to stay, again, pretty far south. May get close to Cancun and Mexico and just south of Texas. We'll see here again, but about a 60% chance of this system traversing the deep Caribbean here. And part of that is just this Bermuda high is actually pretty strong. It's actually almost the Azores high. We'll see if it camps out here more toward the Azores versus Bermuda. That opens the door for the East Coast. It is a threat area for us this year. We do believe the East Coast has some pretty great threat for landfalling hurricanes, both in Florida and mid-Atlantic Northeast. So again, we'll have to watch that. Texas as well. Again, I think you've seen our hurricane outlook. We're predicting the fourth most active season, 165 years, when all is said and done here. So again, watch that high, because if it camps out here over toward the Azores, that means East Coast has some threats this year. Hard to believe here, but this is a week of 4th of July here next week. Again, a little bit warmer here. So 2.1 degrees warmest in 10 years. So again, second warmest in 37 years. So much above average national temperatures. If there's a cool spot, it's going to continue to be out parts of the west, not as bad. Really hot in the Central Plains. And again, a little bit cooler, more seasonable in the Northeast. Will be up and down for sure. Kind of on the edge of that heat dome in the central U.S. Rainfall is going to be down a bit, 30% drier than last year, driest in 3 years, 16th wettest in 37 years. So still above average. Lots of rain there in the Corn Belt we'll see about that. Again, they'll take it again. But Texas, parched, where the drought's expanding is definitely Texas. We look at these trends here. Now, again, this is the charts here left is the year-over-year trends for the U.S. Going back to June. So cold start to June, and then got pretty hot here as of late. Now cool down here again here this week, and then as we get toward that 4th of July weekend, if we count the Friday through Monday period here, 1 through 4 July, a little bit warmer than last year, above average. So again, you see that map there, bottom center there. Again, pretty much central and east starts to warm up, and the rainfall map here shows, again, wettest in 3 years, and stormiest conditions where they need it. Again, Four Corners into the south central plains, into the southeast. So not too bad. Again, this is generally a favorable trend. Again, warmer and drier is typically the best trend for overall hot seasonal merchandise sales, pool chemicals. So certainly going to be using that pool down in Texas, where it is, again, very hot and dry for sure. And if we just aggregate these 2-week trends here through 26 June through 9 July, again, general trend is pretty much warm across North America. Cool spot would be the Northeast and U.S., Southeast Canada, and still pockets of cool weather where it's raining out there in in the desert Southwest. Cool for them, at least. Europe, especially Eastern Europe, looks pretty hot for sure. Still cold there in South Central Russia. We'll end here with took the girls to see first time in about 10 years. So, it's been a long time since we've been to the Statue of Liberty here. It was a beautiful day here. So I thought we'd head over there, and someone took those photos for us. It was unusual how it came out. Grayscale with us kind of highlighted in color here. So with that, folks, we do hope you have a great Independence Day weekend coming up here, and we will have lots of updates as we go through the week ahead here on our social media pages. With that, folks, again, have a great week, and we will talk to you again soon.